Hare Krishna Chinmay Mataji, Dandavat Pranam and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ji, Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for all the wonderful services you do, always being here on our platform, encouraging each one of us here. Welcome, Mataji, to today's call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. This is Sunil from India.
Hare Krishna, Sunil Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for being here with us on Bhakti Sangha. We love your inputs. We love your questions, and we also admire your vast knowledge. So please, we are very happy to have you, and please bless us all, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Uma from Portland, Oregon.
Hare Krishna, Uma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for reciting Bhagavad-gītā so beautifully on several days and joining every day. Hare Krishna. Welcome, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirti Dasundari Dasi. Thank you, Mataji, for your services. Missed you, Mataji, today in reading.
I'm sorry, Mataji. I had some things going in the morning. I didn't have the opportunity to join and recite. But I heard for quite some time, Mataji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji, for all your beautiful classes you gave, all your wonderful instructions. And thank you for so many services you do, Mataji, and keep us all engaged. Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Guru Maharaj. Mataji, I have the introduction to read too. Shall I go ahead and read Prabhupada's quote and then... Hare Krishna, welcome once again to our Bhakti Sangha mid-morning session. We are having a very special class today with a very special guest. Today being the advent of Srimad Bhagavad-gītā. So let us start with Srila Prabhupada's instruction for us today. And then I'll read the introduction of Prabhuji. The quote for today is, "Because we drink cow's milk, we should accept the cow as our mother. That is etiquette." This was instructed by His Divine Grace in his letter to Nayanabhirama on December 1, 1971. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. And today we have a special class, the title being Bhagavad-gītā from Arjuna's dilemma to Sri Krishna's perfect instructions. And this is being given by His Grace Krishna Kishore Prabhuji. And since Prabhuji is joining our mid-morning session for the first time, I have the honor of reading Prabhuji's glorious introduction. Prabhuji joined ISKCON in 2007 after reading Srila Prabhupada's books. Prabhuji received Harinam initiation and Brahman initiation from His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. Prabhuji completed his B.Tech in computer science from VIT Pune, and Prabhuji was working in, I believe that's FinIQ, a Singapore-based financial technology firm, in 2015. And then Prabhuji rendered personal service to his spiritual master, Jai. Prabhuji served as the traveling secretary of His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj from 2016 to 2020. Hari Bol. And Prabhuji's authored a book series called Charu Vilas, chronicling this period of service. And Prabhuji spent 2 years in Florida, helping develop the 116-acre Vedic retreat center, which is a project envisioned by His Holiness Bhakti Charuma Swami Maharaj. And Prabhuji is currently based and has services at ISKCON Ujjain. Prabhuji contributes to fundraising, publications, Govinda's restaurant, youth and congregation preaching, festival coordinations, especially Srila Prabhupada Memorial Festival, which was attended by over 3,000 devotees, including Srila Prabhupada disciples and various sannyasis. Prabhuji has several global and institutional services too. Serves as secretary of the GBC Ministry of Sannyasa. Assists the GBC strategic planning team, contributes to efforts that deepen devotees' connection with Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji was appointed in 2019 as Director of ISKCON Ministry for Cow Protection and Agriculture in North America. He was appointed in 2020 as the Director of Veda Foundation in India. Prabhuji's completed the Zonal Supervisor course from the ISKCON GBC League College in 2024. And Prabhuji has wide preaching and education services. His Prabhuji's delivered over 2,500 hours of Krishna Katha globally. Prabhuji's preached in India, USA, UK, South Africa, Singapore, Malaysia, Mauritius, Kuwait, and many more countries. Prabhuji teaches IDC course, Bhakti Shastri course, Bhakti Vaibhav, and various other courses at Ujjain and Mayapur Institute, both online and offline. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. We are so fortunate and happy to have you in our forum. And we are all waiting to hear from you. And I will hand over the call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Welcome, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to serve. And while Mataji was reading the introduction, I was thinking actually we don't have any qualification. It is as if we are giving introduction to the shoes. Shoes go wherever master goes. So it's all glories to the master, not to the shoe. In the same way, we are somehow or other connected to the glorious parampara of Srila Prabhupada and his loyal servants. And to the degree we stick on to their instructions, they work through us. So we have no qualification. I'm very grateful that today, on this most auspicious day of Gita Jayanti, is it same day celebrating in US? Is happening today or
Yes, Prabhuji.
Kirtila? Today
Yes,
only?
Prabhuji. Yes, same day.
Okay, great. So today is that most auspicious day where Krishna told his instructions of enlightenment to Arjuna. And for us, especially followers of Srila Prabhupada, this Gita Jayanti is very, very important. For many reasons. Like one of the reasons is Srila Prabhupada considered Bhagavad-gītā as the basis of our preaching. He used Bhagavad-gītā for preaching and he expected his followers to understand Bhagavad-gītā, to accept the teachings of Bhagavad-gītā, and also to preach on the basis of Bhagavad-gītā. One time, a devotee asked Srila Prabhupada that, Srila Prabhupada, when you complete the commentary on all the books that you have in your mind, like Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, everything, once you finish, which book you will select to write the commentary? Prabhupada said, I'll write on Bhagavad Gita again. So devotee said, Prabhupada, but he already wrote on Bhagavad Gita. He said, no, that book is so wonderful that as many times we study, as many times we discuss, as many times we try to learn, it gives newer and newer realizations. So let us serve Bhagavad Gita today. Let us discuss from the glories of Bhagavad Gita today by praying, by offering our Mangalacharan. Om Agyan Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitansha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarane Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratushe Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhupaya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय हरे कृष्ण सो भगवद गीता is not just a book for us. You know, all devotees present here, all devotees already know the glories of Bhagavad-gītā. For my own purification, I am speaking, and I need blessings of all devotees. But for us, Bhagavad-gītā is not just a book. Many times we have so many books in our library, we select so many of literatures to read, and nowadays in online world, so much data is available, so much information. And with invention of AI, so much people know just on fingertips. You type a topic and you will get everything. One of our friends, when this chat GPT has come, it was a new invention. One of our friends, he gave an amazing Bhagavatam class and everybody was clapping and they were appreciating. And then when he came off the Vyasasana, I asked him, Prabhu, this is amazing. I know you since childhood, we were together. When did you learn so much? How you are speaking so wonderfully? And he said, Prabhu, I'll tell you a secret. I put on chat GPT, prepare a class for me on this topic, use wonderful examples. It should be new and it should be very charismatic performance. And then I got the whole thing arranged step by step through chat GPT. So I was wondering how much information now is available just on some fingertips. We just need to design now, not even fingertips. You just speak, hey Siri, give me this, or Alexa, do this, just by speaking. And maybe after some time, maybe with desires, things will happen. And as we hear in our scriptures, people just desired, Kardam Muni desired, and he had a big mansion, flying mansion, the airplane constructed for Devahuti. So like that, technology will advance, so much information will be available, people will discuss, debate on different discussions, matters, issues. But this Bhagavad Gita, this is the conversation of love. Because this type of confidential conversation, this type of exchange can only be possible when there is loving relationship. Arjuna's love for Krishna was not for his weapons. Arjuna didn't love Krishna for his Sudarshan Chakra. Arjuna didn't love Krishna for his Saranga bow. Arjuna didn't love Krishna for his Narayani Sena. As we know the pastime, how before the battle of Mahabharata, both Duryodhana and Arjun went to take help from Krishna, to ask for help from Krishna. And Krishna gave this option that either you select my Narayani Sena or you select me, but I won't fight, I won't lift any weapon. And Arjuna selected Krishna. And that's what Sanjay confirms at the end of Bhagavad Gita, that Yatra Yogeshwarahu Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shrir Vijayo. Vijay, victory will be wherever Krishna will be present. So Arjuna was not looking for Krishna's strength and weapons and army. In the same way, Krishna's love for Arjuna was not based on external factors. Oh, he is my cousin. Oh, he is very nice. Dhanurdhar, he is very nice. Archer, he is a very nice politician. No. Krishna's love for Arjuna was very, very pure without any external factor. And therefore, if we see this wonderful connection, heart-to-heart connection between Lord and his devotee, gives this wonderful conversation of Bhagavad-gītā. Nobody loves us for our assets and skills, but real love is connection of heart. And this is the purpose of Krishna consciousness movement. I was hearing Srila Prabhupada's lecture. Prabhupada was mentioning how purpose of this Krishna consciousness movement is to develop that pure love with Krishna. And then Krishna will reciprocate. Then Krishna will guide. As the topic I was given this topic today, that how Arjuna's dilemma to Krishna's instructions. How we reach to that level? We reach to that level by establishing our lost relationship with Krishna. There are so many women in this world who are mistreated. But we remember Draupadi. Why? Because Draupadi established that relationship with Krishna. Draupadi was unique. Why? Because Krishna came to her rescue. There were so many battles fought in the history of this world. So many. I remember when we used to study in school, history was so difficult. Why? You have to remember so many names, so many kings, so many battles, their years, who won, who lost, so many details. So many battles were fought. But Arjuna and Pandavas are unique because through that battle, they offered their loving service to Krishna. There's so many animals who are being killed in the forest by other animals every day. There's no record of it. So many channels, Discovery and National Geographic and so many channels, they cover how the hunting is done in the forest and so forth. But nobody can give account how many animals are killed in the forest every day. But we remember Gajendra. Why we remember Gajendra? Because Gajendra established that relationship with the Lord. My dear Lord, please come to my rescue. How many children are abused in the world every year? There's so many laws and so many precautions and so many training sessions for parents, for teachers and for elders. But still so many children are abused. They are mistreated. But Prahlad is special. Prahlad connected with the Supreme Lord. And therefore, this loving reciprocation between Lord and the devotee comes out as an example to the world how a devotee never fails. Name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna could not see Arjun fail. Krishna was seeing Arjun standing on the battlefield, ready to fight, and now he doesn't want to fight. He's being bewildered. He's being perplexed, as Prabhupada used this word perplexed so many times in 7th verse of 2nd chapter. Krishna can't see that Arjun could fail. This is love of Lord for his devotee. And therefore, Prabhupada mentioned, one of his lecture Prabhupada is mentioning, how Krishna could not tolerate that Pandavas could ever fail. And this was Pandavas' service to the Lord. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur also would say, serve in a way that Krishna wants to see us. We should not be very, very eager to see Krishna, but we should serve in a way that Krishna wants to see us. Now, what are people looking for today? If we see, all the needs of this world can be divided into 3 categories. Mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness. The most basic level of requirement what people have is, let us be free from all problems of life. That's the most basic level. That is mode of ignorance. But the second level of requirements which people have today is roti, kapda, makan, as they say. Nice shelter, nice food. We should get name, fame, success, nice life, established, stable life. Comes in mode of passion. But then higher than this is when people start thinking about peace, they start thinking about spirituality, they start thinking about love, they start thinking about doing good to others, comes in mode of goodness. But the problem with all these requirements, problem with all these needs in this world is, one man's food is another man's poison. Duryodhan wanted a good cozy life. Duryodhan wanted to be the king. And apparently, if we are not devotees, we will see Pandavas also fighting for the kingdom. Now if Duryodhan wins, is nectar for him, but poison for the Pandavas. But if Pandavas win, it's poison for Duryodhana. So in this world, one man's food is another man's poison. We have so many examples. We discuss how patients think or people think they should never get sick, but doctor think we should get more patients, so people should get sick. So this is the problem the world cannot solve. Now, this black and white of one man's food is another man's poison is very easy to distinguish. But for Arjun, perplexal situation was what to do in this situation. Krishna wants me to fight. My dharma calls me to fight. But in front of me, all these great souls are standing. My teachers are standing. My gurus are standing. My elders are standing. My brothers are standing. What should I do now? This is called gray zone. When we are having this distinguish between black and white, we are very easy. It's very easy to distinguish what to do, what not to do. But when there are gray zone, when we think that this is not right, this is not wrong, what I'm supposed to do now, this is perplexity. This is the perplexity situation for Arjuna. And this is where Krishna comes in the picture. First chapter of Bhagavad-gītā is named as Arjun Vishad Yoga. And Prabhupada translates this in English as observing the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now, who is observing this battlefield of Kurukshetra? Arjun is observing this battlefield of Kurukshetra. And as long as Arjun was observing this battlefield of Kurukshetra through his intelligence, through his vision, through his understanding, he was getting more and more confused. He was getting more and more perplexed. He was getting more and more miserable. And therefore in Sanskrit we call it Arjuna Vishad Yoga. Vishad means he was perplexed, he was miserable, he was thoroughly confused. What should he do? And that time he turns to Krishna. It's interesting that the first verse of Bhagavad-gītā starts with Dhritarashtra Vacha. Many times we ask this question to people when we go on book distribution. They say, yes, we have Bhagavad-gītā, we know Bhagavad-gītā, karma hi puja hai, everything is karma. We say, okay, tell us the first verse of Bhagavad-gītā. They can't tell it. And when we tell them that the first verse of Bhagavad-gītā is told by Dhritarashtra, sometimes they get perplexed, they feel astonished, surprised. How come Dhritarashtra? Is Dhritarashtra such a great soul? No, Dhritarashtra is giving one message. Dhritarashtra, Dhrita means to hold. And Rashtra means country. We say, Bharat Rashtra. Rashtra means country. To hold on to one's country, to hold on to one's possessions is Dhritarashtra. Similarly, one country is this body where soul is encaged. We learn in Bhagavatam there is story of Puranjan. Puranjan means who is seeking pleasure in a puri, in a city. Which is that city? The body. So Dhritarashtra stands for bodily consciousness. And as long as we are in bodily consciousness, we will be confused. And same Dhritarashtra mentality is reflecting in Arjuna. Actually, Dhritarashtra is a symbol of bodily consciousness, but Arjuna being a devotee, enacting as a conditioned soul, as Dhritarashtra, coming on the platform of bodily consciousness. And that is called as Ahankar. I am car. I am not the driver. Prabhupada used to give this example. Driver and the car. Driver is the soul and car is the body. But we think we are the body. That means I am car, and that is called in Sanskrit as Ahankar. So Dhritarashtra mentality or Ahankar, bodily consciousness, became so heavy on Arjuna that now Arjuna can't observe what is right, what is wrong. Arjuna can't decide. And that is the time Arjuna surrenders to Krishna. There where everything changes. All living entity has to do is to surrender to Krishna. Like a small baby. When a baby is born, he can't do anything for himself. He can't eat, he can't clean himself, he can't go anywhere. A newly born baby, if he needs anything, he just needs to cry. If he cries, mother comes, cleans. If he cries, mother comes, feeds. If he cries, mother comes, takes him around. Only thing a child has to do is he has to cry. And that's what Arjun did. Arjun surrendered to Krishna's instructions. Krishna, I don't know what is good for me. You know what is good for me. And now I'm going to observe this world not through my eyes, but from your eyes, from your vision, from your perspective. And that is pure vision. Because Lord can't do amangal to anyone. Lord can't do bad to anyone. It's not his nature. His nature is anyone comes near Krishna, he will get benefit. Anyone. Demons come near Krishna, they get killed by Krishna, they get liberated. Therefore, Krishna is Udara Charit. He cannot do any harm to anybody. If anybody comes to Krishna, he'll get benefit. And therefore, when devotees go out and distribute Bhagavad-gītā, actually they are creating good fortune for this world. People are so miserable. I don't know about the Western countries so much, but if you come to India, just stand by on the road crossing. Just stand there and look at the faces of people driving cars, driving motorcycles, driving cycles, rushing here and there. Just observe their faces. They are so stressed. They are so much into anxiety. Why? Because they are looking world with their own vision, that Dhritarashtra vision. But the moment we give them Bhagavad-gītā or we accept Bhagavad-gītā in our lives and we adopt Krishna's vision to see this world, everything changes. Because even though there are so many mistakes, there are so many problems, there are so many fallacies in our own selves, Krishna just searches opportunity to forget all our mistakes and rise us from our level of bodily consciousness to spiritual consciousness. Let's see some examples. We say Krishna is Bhavagrahi Janardana. He takes the bhava, he takes the devotional mood, even though the action is not pure. If the mood is pure, the intention is pure, Krishna accepts. But if we think about Putana, is completely opposite. The intention itself is non-devotional. She wanted to kill Krishna. Only the action was devotional. She went and fed milk to Krishna. But even in that action, she put poison on her chest. Then also Krishna liberated Putana. Now let's reverse this condition. The intention is devotional, but action became non-devotional. We remember Vidura's wife. You know that pastime when Krishna goes to Vidura and Vidurani, Vidura's wife, feeds Krishna peels of banana and throws banana fruit off. And then Krishna eats peels of banana. Now the intention is devotional, but the action is non-devotional. Krishna still accepts. Now let's make it both non-devotional. Intention is non-devotional, action is non-devotional. Indra's intention was to kill all Brajavasis, to finish Vraja off, and therefore Indra sent this Samvartak clouds to just destroy everything in Vrajamandal. And the action itself is non-devotional, intention itself is non-devotional. But when Indra came, he offered his prayers of forgiveness, brought Surabhi cow, did Abhishek through Eravat. Krishna accepted. And Indra gave a new name to Krishna, Govinda. Actually, it's eternal name of Krishna, but Krishna accepted that name in his Vraja Leela through Indra. So the point is, anyone who comes close to Krishna becomes glorious. And that is the glory of Krishna's guidance. When we are in guidance of Krishna and his representatives, we can come out of all our conditionings. And we need somebody, especially on a spiritual path, to guide us on every step. Aprakrit vastu nahi prakrit gochar. Aprakrit means beyond our material senses. Aprakrit vastu nahi prakrit gochar. We can't assimilate spiritual knowledge through material senses. We can't perceive spiritual reality through material senses, through material intelligence, through material mind. And therefore, on the path of a spiritual life, we all need that grace. We all need that guidance. And that is Bhagavad-gītā. That is the personal instructions of Lord for all of us. But here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cautioned Jao Bhagavat padho giya Bhagavater sthane. We need to learn Bhagavat, we need to learn Bhagavad-gītā, but from whom? From devotees, not from non-devotees. Sometimes now, devotees, even new practitioners, sadhakas, they ask this question. And why we need to hear from people? We can just pick up the book, learn ourselves, or we can refer to different videos online. We don't need a systematic guidance. But actually, we all need guidance. Just like Arjuna needed guidance. Do we really think that Arjuna was not aware of body soul knowledge? Do we really think that Arjuna was not aware of karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti? Arjuna was aware of everything. But there is a need of proper guidance at proper time to remind us what is right and what is wrong. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, himself demonstrates what a disciple should be like. When he goes to Varanasi, Prakashananda Saraswati is debating. You are a sannyasi. Why do you chant and dance all day? You should study Vedanta like us. You don't associate with us. You should come and associate with us and study Vedanta. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was Nimai Pandit in his Navadip Leela, he could have easily defeated Prakashananda Saraswati with logic, Vedanta, and all types of arguments. But what did Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, Guru more murkha dekhi korilo shashan. My spiritual master guided me. My spiritual master corrected me. My spiritual master told, you are a fool. You don't have right to study Vedanta. You just chant Hare Ranama, Hare Ranama, Hare Ranama eva kevalam kalau nasteva 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 gatiranyatha. You just chant Lord's name. That is the only way you can attain pure devotional service. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu defeated Prakashananda Saraswati just by his Guru Bhakti. Just by establishing the point that if we get proper guidance on a spiritual path, we'll never go wrong. They're very wonderful history of our ISKCON, how Srila Prabhupada guided his devotees. Like one time in Los Angeles, devotees had small deities that time, and I heard from different devotees that they were offering bhoga to Lord in a very small plate, with small rotis, small cups to put in different items. And then when Srila Prabhupada went there and he saw this small plate, little tiny, food items customized to deity's size, Prabhupada said, no, Krishna is 16-year-old boy. Just feed him as much as you can. There should be big plate and big pile of rice and so many chapatis and so many sabjis and things. So we need guidance at each moment, even after coming on the path of spiritual life. Here Arjuna is perplexed what he's supposed to do or not supposed to do. But even while fighting the battle of Kurukshetra, Arjuna was always asking Krishna, Krishna, tell me, what should I do? Karna is there. He's fixing his wheel. Should I shoot? Krishna said, shoot. And whatever Krishna instructed Arjuna just did. So Bhagavad-gītā doesn't end after 18 chapters. Bhagavad-gītā continues. Arjuna following Krishna at each step is the spirit of Bhagavad-gītā. And Krishna clarifies that to whom he gives these instructions. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayantite. Yes, we need guidance from Krishna. We need guidance from spiritual master. We need guidance from the representatives of Krishna. But when this guidance will come, when these enlightening instructions will come to take us out of our perplexed situation, when bhajatam priti purvakam, when we will engage ourselves without any interruption, without any deviation, with love in the service of Guru, Krishna and Vaishnavas. And that time, a turning point will come in our life. Just like it came in Arjuna's life. Arjuna surrendered. Karpanna dosho pahata svabhava prichhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta. Oh my Lord, I am crippled. Karpanya dosh has overcome my intelligence. I'm not able to decide what is right and wrong. And therefore, prichhami, I am asking you, please guide me. And this prichhami, this inquiring about the spiritual subject matter should be done with a very humble attitude. Imagine If Arjun would challenge Krishna, he would lose this opportunity of getting this nectar of Bhagavad-gītā. Imagine if Parikshit Maharaj would have challenged Sukdev Goswami, we all would be bereft of this wonderful nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. This Prichhami, this asking spiritual questions should be done in humble attitude. Dharma sammoda cheta. I don't know what is dharma. I am bewildered about my religion. Either we become too rigid or we become too lax. We don't know when to do what. And therefore, Shishyas teham shadimam tam prapanam. I am your disciple, my Lord. Three things are required if a disciple wants to continue getting instructions from the spiritual master. Three things are very much required, which is called Vatsa Nyaya. Vatsa means a calf. Vatsa Nyaya means logic of a calf. What does that mean? If calf wants to continue drinking milk from mother cow, three conditions should be fulfilled. One is to reach the udder of cow, calf has to bend little bit down. If you have seen how calf drinks milk of mother cow, you must have seen that how calf has to bend down little bit to reach to the udder of mother cow. Now what is this bending? The first condition is pranipatena, surrendering, humble attitude. Now second thing is, this calf has to push little bit his mouth. You have seen sometimes the calf pushes the udder to drink the milk. Otherwise milk doesn't come. So this pushing this udder, cow gives the milk, is like asking questions. Asking pertinent questions. Pariprashnena. So a disciple should be eager to learn. Many times in our spiritual discourses, we see everybody sitting silent, and after the class, the speaker asks any questions, and there are no questions. Many times these things happen. So the disciple has to be very eager to learn from the spiritual master. One thing about Srila Prabhupada disciples, they ask so many questions to Srila Prabhupada, and therefore we could get so much nectar out of Srila Prabhupada. Another time, one devotee complained to Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you are giving too much mercy to Tamal Krishna Swami. It's too much mercy to him. Prabhupada said, no, I am very equal to all my disciples, but Tamal Krishna knows how to take benefit of my association. So disciples should know how to take benefit of the association of spiritual master. He should ask pertinent questions, and that's how he received this knowledge. So the second point is, he has to ask pertinent questions. And the third is, as soon as some horns start coming out of the calf, they start hurting the cow. So then cow will stop giving the milk. Then cow says, okay, my dear son, calf, now you are grown up, go and eat grass. Now you don't need my milk. So these horns are like challenging spiritual master. It is like not having proper service attitude, not having the proper attitude of dasanudas, servant of the servant. That is the moment where we stop getting this mercy of receiving constant guidance in Krishna consciousness. So we have to always remain like child. Prabhupada used to say, become childlike. So we should always be like a child in front of our spiritual guidance, or in front of our spiritual guides to receive spiritual guidance. And then we will see how this spiritual guidance will flow through parampara in our lives. And that is the essence of Bhagavad-gītā. Many times we say, what is the essence of Bhagavad-gītā? Sarvadharman paritachya mamekam sharanam vraja. Yes, that is essence of Bhagavad-gītā for sure. But if Arjun would not have accepted Krishna's guidance, Bhagavad-gītā would have failed. So real essence of Bhagavad-gītā is when Arjun tells Krishna, Krishna, karishye vachanam tava. From today, whatever you will tell me, I'll do that in my life. That is real essence of Bhagavad-gītā. That yes, the knowledge is available. We are fortunate to receive this knowledge. But we will be more fortunate if we accept that knowledge as it is, like Arjuna did. Karishye vachanam tava. From today, my Lord, whatever you will tell, I'll do that. Our life should be navigated by the plan of our master. That should be our master plan. Not our plan should be our master plan. No. What is the plan of my spiritual master? What is the plan of Srila Prabhupada? What Srila Prabhupada expect out of the followers of ISKCON? That will become the real essence of surrender for us. Srila Prabhupada once told, those who came to Krishna consciousness are fortunate. Those who didn't come to Krishna consciousness are not fortunate. But most unfortunate people are those who came to Krishna consciousness and those who don't take benefit of Krishna consciousness. So we have to become those most fortunate people, Manushyanam Sahastreshu, who are fortunate like Arjun to get this knowledge of Bhagavad-gītā directly from the bona fide representative of Sri Krishna himself. And then we will see how all darkness of our life will disappear. This guidance will really take us out of all kind of attachments in our life, material attachments. One time, one brahmachari in the mutt of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was so renounced. He would sleep outside mutt, outside the temple, without any clothes, just in his gamcha. He would just wrap his gamcha and he would sleep on bare ground outside the temple, even in winters. And all other brahmacharis would glorify, what a renunciate he is. One time this brahmachari came to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and he complained, Guru Maharaj, you see all these brahmacharis sleeping inside, they are very attached. They should be renunciates. You teach us how we should be vairagis. Why they sleep inside this temple? They should sleep outside like me. And they wear all these clothes and they put these blankets and this and that. This is not a dharma of brahmachari. They should sleep outside. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati said, yes, you are right. They are attached. They should not sleep like this, like a vishayi, like a materialist. So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati called all the brahmacharis. And he said, from today on, all of you all will sleep outside the temple. And you will not use blankets. And you will live like renunciates. And now this brahmachari who went with this complaint, he became very happy. Guru Maharaj listened to my suggestion. While they all were leaving, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati said, wait a minute. Now you who were attached to sleep outside, you will sleep inside. And you will use all these blankets of these brahmacharis. Because you are attached to dry renunciation. They are attached to sense gratification and you are attached to dry renunciation. Karma and jnana both are obstacle in bhakti. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives an example, a very graphic example. If you see a stool when it falls on ground, the bottom part of stool is wet. And due to sun, in some time, the top part of stool gets dry. Which one is better? Bottom part is better or top part is better? Stool is stool, either dry or wet. In the same way, wet part of stool is karma and dry part of stool is jnana. Both are bad. Dry renunciation and sense gratification, both are bad. Real thing is bhakti. And this bhakti comes only by the grace of pure devotees. Only by the grace of devotees bhakti comes. Bhakti comes due to bhakti. And therefore, when we come to this path, we are approaching Bhagavad-gītā, we are studying Bhagavad-gītā, we are preaching Bhagavad-gītā, we should do it in proper guidance and shelter of Vaishnavas. And then we will see how Bhagavad-gītā will guide us through our life, every step of our life, every problem of our life, every situation of our life. This will not just remain a book. Many devotees have this experience when they are in problem, they are in crisis, they open Bhagavad-gītā and they find the solution. How Shastras reciprocate? Shastra is himself, Krishna himself comes as Shastra. Maya Bhugda Jeev Nahi Swata Krishna Gyan, Ataiv Krishna Koilo Veda Puran. Krishna comes in the form of Shastras to guide conditioned souls. So when we have a proper attitude under the shelter of Vaishnavas, not only for Arjuna, for everyone in future, this access to Krishna's mercy is available. And when we have this proper access, nothing can stop us. We can spiritualize our own lives. We can also distribute it to others. And when we distribute this knowledge of Bhagavad-gītā to others, this is the most sweetest experience of this world. Giving this knowledge of Bhagavad-gītā to others. Srila Prabhupada was planning to go to Russia. And I think Govinda Dasi Mataji, she wrote to Srila Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, why are you going to Russia? It's so cold. Better you come to Hawaii. In Hawaii, there is mango season. So we'll serve you nice mangoes, sweet mangoes. You eat mangoes and you give time to all devotees here. You write your books. Russia, what is the use of going to Russia? It's very hard. It's very cold. There is nobody there. And Prabhupada replied back. Prabhupada said, sweetest mango is preaching Krishna consciousness. It's way more sweet than eating any sweet mango. Prabhupada went to Russia. Now, after many years, about 30 years, Indradumna Maharaj was one time in Russia and he was giving a lecture to some devotees in a very small temple. And while he was giving this lecture, he was thinking actually, he was not mentioning, he was thinking about this past time, how Prabhupada took so much hardships to preach this Bhagavad-gītā. And Prabhupada said preaching is the sweetest form of any mango or any sweet. This is better than any sweet is preaching Krishna consciousness. He was just thinking about this. And after he finished his lecture, he didn't mention this. But after he finished his lecture, one Mataji came with mangoes. And he gave Indradumna Maharaj, Maharaj, please accept these mangoes. And Indradumna Maharaj became very emotional. And he said, Prabhupada, you gave us preaching and you also gave us mangoes. Means Prabhupada made things easy for us. Imagine without ISKCON, without association of devotees, without these books, if we have to preach this Krishna consciousness, is unimaginable. Prabhupada structured things for us. He institutionalized preaching. He institutionalized the training system. He institutionalized the care system. He institutionalized the study of Bhagavad-gītā. He gave us his Bhaktivedanta purports. He made these books available. When Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, Shyamananda Pandit, they were preaching and distributing books, they had to write these books and copy and distribute. It was so difficult. But Prabhupada made these books available. Now crores and crores of Bhagavad-gītās are being distributed. Just today we went for book distribution and a team of devotees in Ujjain went, and you'll be happy to know, just in 5 hours, they distributed more than 3,000 Bhagavad-gītās, one to one. We went in a group, one party was doing Sankirtan and other devotees are going in different streets, meeting different people, offices, shops, and 3,000 Bhagavad-gītās just in 5 hours, these devotees distributed one to one. This is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. He made things easy for us. And now we just have to carry forward. We have to just carry on with this mission of Srila Prabhupada. One time, a devotee told Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you are greater than Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And Prabhupada stopped him. He said, no, Bhakti Vinod Thakur could have preached Krishna consciousness all over the world, but he is merciful that he left some work for us. In the same way, Srila Prabhupada is competent enough, he is potent enough to deliver the whole world. Brahmanda Brahmite Shakti Dhare Jane Jane. One devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can deliver the whole world. It's possible for Srila Prabhupada. But Srila Prabhupada left this service for us. Now we ourselves have to become strong, spiritually strong, by practicing the principles given by Srila Prabhupada. We have to become intellectually strong by reading his books. One of the places Srila Prabhupada says, you should remember my purports. You should memorize my purports, not the verses, not the translation. Yes, Prabhupada expected us to remember the verses, for sure. But Prabhupada also wanted us to remember his purports. And Prabhupada said, then repeat my purports in your own words, and then your preaching will be effective. We have discussions how to make our preaching effective. Here is the way. We have to learn Prabhupada's purports, read them again and again and again, and we get that potency, we get that spiritual empowerment. To the degree we repeat Srila Prabhupada's message, maybe in our own words, but keeping the message same. And Prabhupada will preach through us. Prabhupada will make devotees through us. Prabhupada will sustain devotees through us. So we have this wonderful legacy to become Krishna conscious, to distribute Krishna conscious, and in our own lifetime, seeing some miracles in this world. I remember when I came to Krishna consciousness, I think that same time, Radhanath Maharaj came up with the launching of Journey Home book for the first time. It was very new that time in Krishna consciousness. And I was sitting on a barber's shop, waiting for my turn to, had haircut. Now I don't need haircut anymore. But that time I was waiting for the haircut, my turn to come. And I saw one gentleman reading a newspaper. He was holding it like this, reading. And I could see the front page. And there I saw Radhanath Maharaj with this wonderful launch event of Journey Home. I became so happy. Can a devotee come in newspaper? I was so happy. I requested that barber, can I cut this? And can I take with me? And he allowed it. So I cut that clipping from the newspaper where Radhanath Maharaj's photo came. And I ran through, the street and went my home and I told my mother and father, ISKCON devotee came in newspaper. Such a big thing. Now after 19 years, every day we see some devotee meeting some chief minister, somebody meeting some prime minister, some president. Every day some big politicians coming to ISKCON temples, bowing down in front of Srila Prabhupada, garlanding Srila Prabhupada, speaking good things about ISKCON. Just in 19-20 years of my little Krishna consciousness, I saw such a big change. Now imagine if devotees preach with full enthusiasm, what we will see in next 20 years. Big miracle is waiting. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Prithvite Achijata Nagaradikram, Sarvatra Prachar, Hoibe Moranam. And this will happen, but we should be more greedy to see this happening in front of our eyes. Before we leave our bodies, we should see this. That yes, whole city is Krishna conscious. Whole town is Krishna conscious. Whole state is Krishna conscious. Big kings and ministers and presidents becoming Krishna conscious. This should be our greed. And with that enthusiasm, if we preach this message of Bhagavad-gītā, our Gita Jayanti will be perfect. So we are not more focused on memorizing Bhagavad-gītā. Yes, our devotees do that naturally by reading Srila Prabhupada books. But more than that, accepting that teaching in our life, just like Arjuna did, enlightening ourselves with wonderful instructions of Sri Krishna in our life and distributing it to others. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai. Any questions? Any devotee want to ask, or if they want to comment or add something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. A very, very beautiful class. So grateful to you for setting our mood today so beautifully on this day of Bhagavad Gita Advent and inspiring us to preach. I really, really loved the point when you said each of our acharyas, each of our Guru Maharajas now, they are so potent. They don't need us. If we are able to do something, if there's an opportunity for us, that is their utmost mercy on us, and we should make use of it. And I really loved when you said we should read Srila Prabhupada's purports, understand to the point of memorizing it, and then deliver it. So beautifully, you gave us the tip to preach, and you encouraged us to preach. A very, very, very beautiful class, Prabhuji. I don't have words to thank open the forum, Prabhuji, for realizations. I hope you have some time, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes. If
Thank
somebody
you, Prabhuji. Mataji's, Prabhuji's, if you have any questions to ask or realizations to share, please go ahead.
Thank you so much for the very beautiful class. I like the most that Vatsapa Nyai, the cow logic, calf logic. That was most wonderful. Especially you said that horn. Like when we get horn, that's where the point where we stop receiving the instruction from our spiritual masters. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yes, Nutan Mataji, you raised your hand.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Dhanvat Pranams to everyone once again. Prabhuji, thank you very much for this wonderful class. I have one question, Prabhuji. Though I asked questions multiple times, the second point, just before poking the horns in cow's udder, and all. The calf is trying to ask, I mean to say, we need to ask pertinent questions to our spiritual master or any Shiksha Guru who is giving us questions. But sometimes we hesitate because that is not, means that thought doesn't come to everyone, maybe because of that or because of some XYZ reason it may be. So in such case, how do we clear that thought? Why do I ask question is, Prabhuji? If not devotees, then who is going to clear that doubt of mine? With that particular thought, I ask. But sometimes it may happen we are asking correct ones or not, that we do not know. So how
See,
do we
asking
think and
pertinent
treat that?
questions means very nice question and very appropriate inquiry. One time we were in Pune and one of Prabhupada's disciples, Sankarshan Das Adhikari Prabhu, was giving class. And one question was asked, how to ask questions. That was the question. And he answered very beautifully. He said, pertinent questions means the questions related to the challenges you are facing in your devotional life. They are pertinent questions. An example of impertinent question is, let me give you an example. Okay, Shiva cut the head of Ganesha, his son, and then put head of elephant. Why didn't he put that previous head which he cut? Was that not available? This is impertinent questions. You understand? It has nothing to do with our practice of Krishna consciousness. So we have to see that if our questions are related to our spiritual practice, they are pertinent questions. We don't want to gather too much information which is not required for our spiritual practice. Now another part of this is, even if we ask impertinent questions for sake, it should be asked with a humble attitude. Sometimes even pertinent questions with challenging attitude won't work. Like one time Prabhupada was in Pandal program, thousands of people, and one man asked Srila Prabhupada, you are saying Bhagavad-gītā was spoken 5,000 years ago, but I have this knowledge. He was challenging Srila Prabhupada. Tell me exactly when Bhagavad-gītā was speaking. Prabhupada didn't answer him. Prabhupada said, I am not your father's servant. If you translate this in Hindi, you will get a flavor of what Prabhupada told him. I'm not your father's servant. I'm not going to answer you. So even some questions which may not seem to be pertinent, but asked with an humble attitude, they will be answered very nicely. But if some questions which may be very pertinent, but not asked in proper attitude, they are not very much appreciated. Therefore, even if we ask silly questions, it's fine, but with humble attitude. Attitude to learn, attitude to help ourselves in our spiritual practice. And therefore, there is a saying in our devotee circles, better to be fools in front of devotees rather being fooled by Maya. Rather being fooled by Maya. So we can be fool in front of devotees. Okay, we ask simple questions, it's fine. But we don't want to be fooled by Maya. So we ask questions, yes, silly questions also, but with humble spirit and also a spirit of applying in our spiritual practice. So then it's fine. Okay. Yes. Revati, Priya Mataji.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu and Pranams. Thank you very much. I just caught on to the class. I got home from work. Very fortunate. So I'm so glad you said that the pertinent question means the obstacles that we are facing in our devotional life. And you wouldn't believe this, but just before I was talking to a devotee and I said, Mataji, I sort of feel very happy with my chanting because I do have household responsibilities and I seldom get to complete my 16. I do 10 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon and then 1 in the evening, and it just doesn't make me feel very it's not fulfilling rounds. But I know that I have to try and do this as well as this. I don't know if it is a question, but that's how I feel most days. And it is a feeling of unhappiness during the day that I'm not doing enough. I'm not able to do enough. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing this and being so honest with your desire to advance or making your chanting more pure with love and affection to the Lord and not just counting. But beauty of this path of devotional life is Krishna sees the endeavors. And Krishna says in Bhagavad-gītā, Kalosmi, I am time. So when a devotee practices Krishna consciousness, he endeavors to advance in his spiritual life. Krishna sees that endeavor. And then Krishna expands time. I don't know how much we will understand that in a material terms, but it happens in a spiritual platform. How Krishna expands his time. Now the same devotee manages to chant his rounds in the morning. He gets up early in the morning, he chants his rounds beautifully. And even during the day, when you get time, you chant your rounds, you will see more and more beauty, more and more affection and more pure consciousness while chanting your rounds. Only thing is, we have to keep on endeavoring. We have to try our best. And when we try our best, Krishna helps. Krishna loves to help us in devotional life. He is more eager. Prabhupada writes in one of his purports in Bhagavatam, Krishna is more anxious to bring us back to him than we can ever have that desire. We can never have that much desire. How much Krishna is anxious to bring us back. So if we try our best, you will see how Krishna will create opportunities. He will bring time for you. He will create more and more opportune moments for you where you can chant with love, with all sincerity, with all attention. So please keep trying and you will see how Krishna will help through his devotees, through his instructions, through his time, through his material nature. Every possible aspect Krishna will help.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. That's really reassuring. Thank you very much, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam. Our Revati Priya is from Sri Radha Landadeswari temple. She asks questions.
Oh,
She is
wow.
working and single mother. And she is doing lots of seva in Sri Radha Landadeswari temple. Working 8 hours in a office and take care of kids and then doing seva. We all love you and Dandavat Pranam to your sincere seva. Thank you Prabhuji, Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
I often share this whenever I see this picture, and I'm seeing this as a profile photo of many devotees where Krishna is embracing a devotee. You know who is this devotee? He's Gop Kumar. Srila Sanatan Goswami wrote this book, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, where Gop Kumar has his journey back to Goloka. And when Gop Kumar reaches Goloka and he sees Krishna for the first time in Goloka, he faints. Gop Kumar faints. And Krishna also faints. That's very surprising. Both of them faint. And after some time, when they regain their consciousness, Krishna asks Gop Kumar, it's so difficult for you to come here, right? The Gop Kumar asked, no, first I want to ask you. I fainted, I am crying because I was far from you for so long. Why are you crying? Why did you faint? Krishna's reply was so beautiful and hope-giving. Krishna says, my dear Gop Kumar, I was remembering all the struggles you went through to come back to me. And remembering all those struggles, I fainted. So we can imagine all these struggles we are doing, managing our responsibilities, managing our work, chanting our rounds, doing services, all the challenges, mentally, spiritually, physically, all these challenges one person is noticing, that is Krishna. And the moment we go back to Krishna, Krishna will cry tears of gratitude, remembering all these challenges we underwent. So that's the loving Lord we are serving. That's the hope we all have. So we should never get discouraged and continue with all faith, all confidence, all strength, all enthusiasm to serve our loving Master, Shri Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare
Very
Krishna,
grateful.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you for accepting our request. Thank you for coming on the call and giving this wonderful nectarian message of Bhagavad-gītā. How Arjuna was perplexed and how Krishna guided. Though Arjuna himself was a pure devotee, but just for all of us, he showed this perplexity in him. And Krishna, through him guiding all of us till today, after 5,000 years also later, that Bhagavad-gītā is so valid for us in our day-to-day life. And thanks to you, thanks to Srila Guru Maharaj, thanks to Srila Prabhupada for taking this mission forward. All glories to you, Prabhu. All glories to your wonderful services. All
Thank you
glories
so
to
much,
Yes.
Kirtida Sundari Mataji, for giving me this service. And with your instruction came empowerment. So I just try to serve you. Hare Krishna.
Empowerment is from Srila Gurudev, Prabhu. I'm just your servant. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Prabhupada.
Chinmay Mataji, you can take over.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhuji, you were talking about that logo, which the symbol many people have. Krishna embracing
yes.
Gopakumar. That's our
Yes.
Bhakti Sangha's logo.
Oh, wonderful.
So we need your blessings, Prabhuji. All of us will someday, when you were speaking how Krishna received Gopakumar, yes, I had tears in my eyes. Thank you. Someday it'll happen to all of us. We wish and pray and give us your blessings, Prabhuji. And Prabhuji, there are many chat messages. I will read them very shortly for you, please, Prabhuji. Neetu Mataji is thanking you for a beautiful class. Preeti Vilasni Mataji is saying it's a beautiful class. Parima Mataji is saying, Danvat Pranam to you. Very nicely explained and a wonderful class. Kiran Mataji is saying, beautiful class. Vinda Gopika Mataji is thanking you with Koti Koti Dandavats. Shivani Mataji is again thanking you. And then Sunil Prabhu is thanking you. And thank you so much, Prabhuji, for teaching us how to ask questions and setting the boundary line, what is pertinent and what is not pertinent. That is very, very true, Prabhuji. That was very nice what you said and a very good instruction. Harita Mataji is thanking you. And yes, Prabhuji, Revati Preeti Mataji is also thanking you, Prabhuji. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving your precious time and enlightening us. We heard your class in the morning session, and now please be a frequent visitor to Bhakti Sangha. We really like your classes. We will always be eager to hear from you. So, with your permission, can we offer our obeisances to all the assembled devotees and yourself, Prabhuji?
वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Namaste
वैष्णवी की जय प्रभुपाद की जय प्लीज कृष्ण किशोर प्रभु जी की जय
Jai.
Krishna Dana Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu, Danvat Pranam. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, dear devotee.